Hello, and welcome to another Optimum Business English video. In previous videos, we looked at how to greet our audience, introduce ourselves, a topic, and the meeting agenda, as well as the different meeting roles, before discussing why it's important and how to retain control of a business meeting. This video is all about how to interrupt an audience to start a business meeting or a presentation. We'll discuss the reasons for holding a meeting before providing different ways of how to interrupt an audience to start a meeting or presentation. The reasons for holding a business meeting are to gather information from the audience about the topic, to obtain input and opinions from the expert audience and to find out what they think, or to discuss a potential solution to a problem. Another could be to reach an agreement and to make decisions. A final reason for holding a meeting could be to share information with or to train your audience on something. This page summarizes the reasons for holding a meeting, and you'll note that the first four rely on and indeed require audience participation, whilst training requires audience attention and focus, where they simply need to listen, absorb, and understand, rather than to actively participate. What do we mean by audience participation? When your audience takes part in your meeting by providing input or information, by providing feedback, by offering opinions, or by making decisions, and so on. In fact, without active audience participation, the majority of meetings cannot deliver results and thereby making audience participation key to the success of most meetings. Despite that, there are occasions where certain types of audience participation hamper the success of a meeting. And it is on those occasions where we need to interrupt our audience. The first is in order to get a meeting started. And the second is when an individual is being negative. The third is if an individual is belittling another. And the last is if a person is being rude or petulant. In this video, we will focus on the first reason, which is when you need to start a meeting and everyone is still talking after having taken their seats, saying unrelated things such as, "I have to leave early today to pick up my kids," and "Have you had lunch yet?" So how would you interrupt your audience to start a meeting? And there are both non-verbal or unspoken and verbal or spoken options. The non-verbal or unspoken way of interrupting your audience to start a meeting includes for you to remain seated as everyone enters before standing up to draw their attention to you. The second way to non-verbally interrupt your attendees is to simply stand there in silence, waiting for them to notice and to stop speaking. The next is to stand in front and lift one or both of your arms in one or more of these gestures. Your movements will draw their attention. Another way to non-verbally interrupt your audience to start a meeting would be to clear your throat or to cough politely. A less conventional and more interesting way is to simply hold up something that will grab their attention. It must be relevant to the topic. So, for example, during a sales talk, you could hold up cash money to indicate how much commission they'd make per sale. Or you could hold up the packaging of a new product your meeting will discuss. There are numerous options here, but it has to be relevant and interesting. The final way to non-verbally interrupt your audience to start your meeting is to make a noise, such as scraping your chair back as you stand up, or tapping a ruler against a glass of water. Let us now take a look at the verbal or spoken ways of interrupting your audience to start your meeting. The first would be to thank them for coming by saying something like, "Thank you all for coming today," or to look around before saying, "Now that we are all here, we can begin." Another fairly standard way is by simply introducing yourself and your company. To learn more on how to do this, please see our video, How to Introduce Yourself in a Meeting or a Presentation. The fourth way is to offer a standard greeting. And you'll find how to do that in our video, 5 Ways to Start a Meeting or Presentation. The last way is to simply start with a provocative or thought-provoking question such as, "Are our products really that much better than those of our competitors?" Please look out for our next video on how to interrupt a person who is being negative in a business meeting or presentation. Finally, let us take a quick look at some of the business English vocabulary used in this video. An audience is a group of people who have gathered to watch or to listen to something or someone. Whilst gather means to bring together in one place, and when people gather together, it is called a gathering. To obtain means to fetch or to get something, whilst to discuss means to talk about something or to share ideas and opinions. Agreement. After discussing something, you may come to an agreement if you have found common ground or things that you agree on. Please remember to subscribe to be notified each time we post a new video. And thank you for watching.